Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, this is going to be a today's topic video. It is going to be for the 9th of October. And we are obviously getting really close to that 1010 portal. So, just FYI, I always put these out in advance of the actual day because not everybody that watches these is in my time zone. So, I always try to make sure they come out. In advance of where I'm at for those that are a day or a day and a half ahead. But for the 9th, we start out with a King of Swords. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, we have someone who I feel like he's battle weary. I feel like he's ready. He's wearing still his helmet, and he is kind of like a conquistador. So he may be someone who has been trying to find his place in this world, maybe trying to, like carve out some place for himself in this world. He may have traveled a great deal, but there is this energy of he looks weary, and it kind of looks like some of his actions are weighing heavily on him, but he's being more truthful. He could be Spanish or Latin, um, could be from Spain, but he looks like he does not want to oppress. He does not want to, go out and plant his flag on different places. He just wants to be home. I feel like this is a man who wants to be home. Man or woman, it doesn't matter, but we're going to say man because it's a king, but just know I don't actually read for genders. If he was traveling around this world because he was actually trying to heal himself without realizing it, he's been a busy bee, obviously, but he's always been hoping to make honey. He's always been hoping to make something good in his life. He may not have gone about it in the right way. He might have thought he had to conquer things instead of just collaborate. So he might have had quite an ego at some point in time. As a King of Swords, at this point, he is looking at his life and he's looking at himself as a more healed individual. And what he wants is the sweeter things in life now. He doesn't want to keep battling. He doesn't want to, if this is about how he was in the past in relationships, he might have been highly defensive, extremely arrogant, had a lot of ego, and now he actually is realizing that's because he had a lot of healing that he needed to do, and now he's at a place of healed energy. Now he's in a place where he just wants something sweeter. He wants to be a part of, like, a household, and all the busy stuff that has to happen to keep a household going. Somebody could literally be putting honey in their, I don't know why I feel like it's in their coffee, or in their tea or something. But specifically, my first thought is somebody's putting honey in their coffee. I see somebody's on like a nice thick little spoon, and they're stirring it with a stubby, thick spoon. We have a judgment card, and we have a Four of Wands. This character is ready to come home. They're ready to build a home. They're ready to build a lifetime. They do seem to want grace. They may be first coming to some realizations about themselves, about where they're at in life, about what they want in life, about who they are, about maybe the mistakes they've made at different points in their life, maybe the things that they would most like to have now in their life. But this is a lovely energy. This is a powerful energy because he's in a clear vision of who he was and who he is today and what kind of a life he wants to live. There is a sweetness to him. There is him. I do think he's asking for grace. He wants to be more connected to, like, the hand of the divine, the hand of the universe. There's a big change afoot, certainly for this character, but perhaps for many characters, because we actually have a whole group of what seems to be all masculines. So this could be a tremendous day of awakening, perhaps for like the divine masculine, whatever that means, right? We all have masculine and feminine within us. So this could be for feminines as well. But the masculine energy is the energy of the sun. And sure enough, it's almost like maybe there will be some great solar flares on the 9th. When I say great, I mean powerful. Sorry, my puppy, my Aries, is back there aggressively floofing some rugs for himself. He's been particularly cuddly today too. I mean, needed like 15 minutes of just cuddle time. Sorry, that's just a side note. But today is the 7th as I'm recording this, but it's for the 9th. But I'm just wondering if the idea of like, I want comfort in my life, I want tenderness in my life, if that's maybe a part of this story. And if the divine masculine, the energy of the sun is the masculine, whereas the moon is the feminine energy, that's a gravitational pull. If it's the divine masculine energy that is being illuminated, that is being healed, that is being given grace, that is being given second chances because they've chosen to ask for that in the way they move forward in life, the direction, the actions that they take, they would like to be more graceful, perhaps. They would like some forgiveness for their previous trespasses. It feels like there's a day of them connecting to the divine on the 9th and having some profound healing, some profound awakening, and kind of a chance to feel a little bit redeemed and feel like they have a second chance to move forward in life and perhaps build something stable and something harmonious and something wonderful instead of trying to conquer everything. So, being a part, you can still be powerful, but you don't have to stomp on anything and conquer it to move forward and be this powerful, in this case, like a powerful masculine energy, a powerful, energy of the sun. Doesn't mean, look, if the energy of the sun comes on too strong, it's going to burn everything up, right? We have to, ideally have it at just the right distance and just the right amount of temperature, and in order to sustain life. So true also with our actions. Like if we come on too aggressively, too strong, too much, like I want to conquer stuff, especially say in relationships, in romance, if the energy is I have to subdue everybody and everyone needs to be under my boot heel, that's not right. That's to suppress others. And this masculine, I'm not saying he was that extreme, but I do feel like he'd been fighting because he was wounded and he was trying to find a place in this world. And he's found it at this point. He's found that what he would like more than anything is collaboration. But he also had to kind of ask for forgiveness from the universe and ask for redemption. And he's getting it on the 9th. This is amazing. A huge awakening for, I'm going to say, the DM collective, the Divine Masculine Collective. 7 of Wands. I smile and chuckle only because I feel like this is a representation of like how their hearts feel. And again, we see a collective, right? We see all of these guitars and we see them all like playing awesome, music. It feels like their hearts, the hearts of a bunch of divine masculines are perhaps going to feel really excited. They feel like singing. They feel like bringing forth their more sensitive, creative side. That's a masculine side as well, but the sensitive and creative version of it. The same way the sunlight, warms the earth and lets little, plants grow and little seedlings grow. That can be a kind of beautiful energy from the sun versus the sun's intense radiation. And I feel like in the past, they thought, there's a whole collective of them, but a whole collective of divine masculine energy believed that like the burning rays of the sun and the radiation was the way to behave. And now they're realizing not only is it not particularly fun, but you'll crush all the stuff and ruin all the things that you most want. It would be better to be warm. It would be better instead of being, so burning. Why not be warm instead? Why not be nurturing? Why not be creative? Why not use your power to be a creator? And so that's what they're doing now. And I just feel like there's a lot of like, I think some of the most beautiful lyrics out of a lot of the songs that came from like, especially like the 80s, there were some amazing hair bands or classic rock. If you really listen to the lyrics, they're incredible. They're love songs that are so powerful, but they might be set against like really gritty, badass kind of sounds. And yet the lyrics are so sweet, so tender. I'm thinking of like, making love out of nothing at all. I love the lyrics to I'll be there for you. These 5 words, I swear to you. I'm thinking like there's even what Mama, I'm coming home. There's so many awesome songs that have like that electric guitar and that grit and grind to them, but super sweet. And if our divine masculine collective is being awakened finding grace, finding a different way to be their most divine masculine selves. Not only is it to be sweeter, not only is it to collaborate and build a happy home and maybe have a very happy marriage, but it's also to find a way to express maybe those beautiful words that are inside of them, even if they put it against the backdrop. I feel like somebody could be writing a song, or maybe there's a lot of masculines like listening to songs, like really being touched by the lyrics or something, songs that they listened to for a long time. And maybe they didn't know that subconsciously they weren't just drawn to the hard rock bass line of it, but they were actually drawn to the beautiful lyrics because it really spoke words from their heart that they hadn't said. There's something here that, like, the creativity of music is really helping them to have this breakthrough. The Seven of Wands is how we come across, how we overcome our obstacles. And okay, so they may be looking to song lyrics to find the right words to talk to someone, to find the words to express themselves. Now, maybe there's a Virgo they need to go talk to, and they need to begin by saying some things. It could be they cobble together a lot of different songs and a lot of different thoughts. They may first try to open up dialogue by doing just that and saying, I don't know how to put words out there other than to put all these songs together, because these are the things that I need to express, but it's been expressed so much better in these songs. They may share songs, or they may write their own songs, or they may feel very like inspired to say, I believe I can overcome these obstacles. I believe that I can open up dialogue again. Or there's something that they are recognizing their biggest obstacle. I mean, they are a King of Swords. King of Swords don't necessarily have the gift of gab. When they do speak, they speak things that are important, and they say things that are true, but they don't necessarily talk like super freely. So this could be them in their silence saying, I can get over my tendency to be silent. There is something about the timer is here. Now is the perfect time. I'm not going to say there's urgency and there's, oh, they better hurry up. I'm going to say now is the perfect time. They've never been in a more perfect energy than they're in right now, to either start to communicate more effectively or to start to understand how they feel about things. Wow. Man of Wands. This man is on fire. I know is that Alicia Keys? This girl is on fire, but now this man is on fire. His heart is on fire. His emotions. Once he gets on a roll and starts seeing how good it feels to be in this kind of power, the power to communicate, the power to like express himself and show love, I feel like it just gets better and better. This is his first foray into finding the right words. And again, it could be with the help of song lyrics. It could be there may be a very specific person that he needs to talk to, or this could be his inner child. He's connecting with his own inner child and saying, it is time that I go ahead and I be the man that I would have grown into had I not somewhere along the lines started to feel so suppressed and feel like I'm not allowed to express myself. This really is a story of an absolutely like gorgeous divine masculine energy and or collective of masculines that are breaking free of this kind of like suppressed or coerced version of themselves. This is a beautiful group, or this is a beautiful masculine who has so much love, so much creativity. So they're a great partner. They're a great match. They're a great man. And they just hadn't either been permitted to be that beautiful version of themselves because maybe society crunched them into a box, told them they had to be this or that. They couldn't be this or that. Whatever this is, or it was just wounding, and wherever that wounding came from, wherever that suppressing energy came from, it was actually like blocking off some of the best, most creative, most loving facets of their character. And that's all being opened back up and set free. And this, I feel like they're feeling better, and they're feeling more empowered, more whole, more enjoyable. And I feel like this is them kind of like burning down their old identity. Like, oh my God, I don't have to be ice cold anymore. I don't have to be stunted with my words because I don't know how to express my emotions, I can actually express emotions. I can feel them and I can show them now. This feels like somebody's finding their voice. This masculine is finding the voice of, I'll say, their heart. And it's they may have a really beautiful voice also. 9 of Cups. This is like they're shifting into the happiest they've ever been. I hope it's a whole collective. I hope it's more than even just one character, because this is such a beautiful shift. This is such a sense of wholeness, a sense of genuine happiness, a sense of like love for themselves, a sense of hope that they can have the kind of lives that they actually are entitled to have. We've got the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, but what's so great about this is that the Four of Pentacles on this deck is not really about holding back and holding on. It's about, you notice that we have like fermented items, right? We have sourdough bread and we have beer. Those things take time to ferment. This is, very nourishing stuff, but it did take time for them to become the man that they are today, or the men that they will be now. And with that Six of Swords, it is very much moving on from whatever identity they were given or forced into in the past. They had to shed that, because they had to kind of like I say, some of the best stuff, we think of the word fermenting as like, ooh, yucky, that sounds yucky. But no, I mean, like, all the good stuff is fermented. Kombucha, all kinds of sauerkraut, things like that have to go through that fermentation process. The starters, sourdough starters, and I don't like beer myself or sourdough bread, but I'm not saying that they're not excellent items. I just don't have a palate for them. But the bottom line is, a lot of the really good stuff in life, and a lot of stuff is good for us, maybe just takes time, just like our personalities take time to grow. Our taste for things takes time. Our knowledge base takes time. So maybe all the best stuff in life just takes time. And that's exactly what happened for this collective, or this particular, let's just talk about it like it's one, for simplicity's sake. But for this King of Swords to morph into a King of Wands and finally genuinely be happy. I don't think he was ever that happy. I think everything in his life felt like somehow he was failing. He was never good enough. And that made him always feel more competitive, like he's supposed to be fighting something, he's supposed to be conquering something, when in fact, whoever made him feel that way, he doesn't have that person forcing that energy onto him anymore. He's finally saying, I never needed to fight everything. I never needed to feel like I was failing at anything. I wasn't failing. Very beautiful. Aries, my love. Come here. Come here. Come here, baby. Oh, no. Come here. Aries, come here. Come here. You're good. You just hush now, okay, honey? You just hush. Sorry about the little pup bark. I had to edit. He's not going to feel that way anymore. He's not having all that pressure pushed on him. This is beautiful, and he is in his best energy. Where he goes from here, I'll say he's in charge of where he goes for sure, but he has got a lot of love to express at this point, and marriage is on his mind. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thanks so much for hanging with me. Take care. Bye.